Of you have felt personally victimized by Regina George? Anyone here felt personally victimized by Regina George? I have too. Kidding, this isn't a part of it. I just really like Mean Girls. So if you couldn't tell, this hand belongs to Maddie Vital and will someday inspire people. Whenever the people from Rachel's Challenge came to speak to us, I just thought it was great, amazing. What Rachel wanted and what she's achieving as of now is just, fantastic. I love it all. And it really inspired me. And whenever we had to make the hands, I was trying to make a joke out of it. If you couldn't tell, this hand belongs to me. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm the only kid in school with 2 fingers, but just in case there's another one, I mean, if there is, you can come talk to me. We have a lot in common, a few things, 2 in particular. How many of y'all have had a surgery? Anyone in here have a surgery? 1 surgery? 2 surgeries? Have you ever had 2 surgeries? 3 surgeries? 4 surgeries? 5? 6? 7? Okay. I've had around 40 to 48 surgeries. Over 40 for sure. My most recent surgery was the surgery I had on my jaw. They broke my upper jaw, they moved it forward, and they put it in place using this headgear that's right here. They put screws in my head to hold it in place, and they were 3 centimeters in, touching the skull. Not in the skull, but touching. And I had to wear that 3 months, which took me out of school for 3 months. I had to go to Dallas about 5 times a week. Or a month, not a week, that would be awful. About 2 times a week, 5 times a month. And we just had to work with that. I had to get the screws that were in my head tightened each time I went, and that hurt. It was awful. I felt like I was being tortured. I don't know what information they wanted, but they didn't get it. But the reason I had to have the surgery is because I was diagnosed before I was born with ectodermal dysplasia, and that's the premature growth of bone. And that also caused me to have 2 fingers and 2 toes. So if you didn't know I had 2 toes on each foot, now you do. Good information right there. So the premature growth of bone, I still have baby teeth in my mouth. I had 2 adult teeth, but whenever my doctor pulled out my mouthpiece, he accidentally took out my other tooth. It ripped out with it. So I don't know if you've ever had a tooth pulled out, but if you aren't sedated with it, it hurts. It's not a nice feeling. But after this surgery, I got my headgear off, and you can see right there where I look like a sock monkey. That's where I got my tooth pulled out. It was awful. It was painful. I got my headgear off though. I took a lot of pictures and sent them to a lot of people of my face, and I even remember doing it. I remember my mom taking that photo. I don't remember it. That's how doped up I was after surgery. But now, because of this surgery, I'm going to get new teeth, new implants. And not the implants you think, so don't get any ideas. But I'm getting new teeth implants, and I'm really excited because it's just in time for senior photos. A lot of people want their braces off for senior photos. I just want new teeth, so, a lot of people are different. More about me. I was born April 1st. A lot of people don't believe me when I say that. They'll be like, oh, haha, April Fools, haha, yeah. No, April Fools, my birthday. I was diagnosed with ectodermal dysplasia. My mom knew I would be different before I was born, and she still decided to keep me. They say ectodermal dysplasia could have been caused by Agent Orange from the wars, previous times. They sprayed the stuff all over crops and all that. So they say that someone's grandfather was in that war. A lot of the times their kids or their grandkids or whatever could, be different like I am. They could have been born without an arm, a leg, missing fingers. They also say ectodermal dysplasia could have been inherited by genetics. I had a cleft lip and palate, and that was inherited by my 2 great aunts. This is my brother Nick. He's 13. He's in 7th grade. and he's really tall. He's almost 6 foot tall now. He's huge, but he's really sweet sometimes. He makes me mad a lot. This is my mom. My mom has been there with me through a lot. She's always pushed me over the limit, which I'm grateful for today, even though at the time I really don't like it, because if she didn't push me, I wouldn't be here today, you know. My mom had to do everything herself. She still has to take us, or me, to Dallas, you know, as much as we go. She has to take care of me and my brother, he has autism. She just has to do all this stuff by herself. So she's a great, strong person. I mean, like, taking care of a kid is enough, but a kid with disabilities, that's even more difficult. They have a lot more stuff to do. My parents got a divorce. My dad got remarried and had a daughter named Miranda. She's 7 years old. I really like her a lot because she doesn't cry a lot, so that's always good. I get annoyed easily. Miranda means a lot to me. Whenever I found out my dad was having another kid, I was just excited off the roof, you know. And then she came and it kind of changed, but I'm happy about it now. So, more about me. I like to draw. I really love drawing. I'm getting into painting now. I drew that on my leg. Whenever my leg was up on the counter, I drew it upside down with a Sharpie. I freehanded it. I mean, I don't know how else you would do it, but I drew that on my leg. I painted that for someone. And I just really like drawing kind of like tattoo type art. I'm just so fascinated with it. And I hope that I could go further into tattooing and drawing and designing things, but that's in the future. I'm also a self-taught makeup artist. I like doing special effects. I'm still teaching myself stuff every day. I learn new things every time I do makeup, and I hope I can also go further in that. I mean, I think I'm pretty good at makeup because I draw my eyebrows on every day, so without makeup, I wouldn't have eyebrows right now, so. It sucks having blonde hair because you can't see your eyebrows. And plus I shave mine off now because they get in the way of drawing. So whenever I was little, I never knew I was different. My family, my friends and family, all that, they always treated me as if I was, you know, a kid just like them, as if I never was different. And I was really happy about that because, you know, I didn't know I was different in the family. I mean, your family's not going to tell you, like, bad things about you to your face. They might tell other family members, but not to you, so that's always a good thing. So whenever I started school, I was different, you know. People told me I was different all the time as if I didn't already know. They would always be like, oh, you have 2 fingers. Okay, well, I know. I don't wake up and just, oh, whoa, where'd they go? Oh, man. I know it happened to them. I know it happened to them. You don't have to remind me about it, but thank you for, you know, telling me they're gone. I'll be on the look for them. So in 7th and 8th grade, I was picked on. I was bullied a lot. But, I mean, which everyone is. If it's not a physical disability, it's going to be, you know, just about you in general. They'll make fun of you for what you wear, what you look like, what your teeth look like. If you have glasses, just everything. I mean, they're going to make fun of you for everything. Acne, the way your hair looks. If it's not one thing, it's going to be another. But in 7th and 8th grade, I was, you know, just bullied a lot. And I got really depressed. I wanted to quit school. I wanted to drop out, but my mom said no because I was end up like Bubble Boy, which is a really good movie. You should watch it. And I'm really glad my mom didn't let me quit school because if she did, I would probably be Bubble Boy, but with headgear on, and that wouldn't go good because I'd probably pop the bubble with my screws, so let's be thankful for that. High school started. I'm in pit percussion. I've been in pit percussion since 6th grade. Well, in percussion since 6th grade, but pit percussion in high school. If you're in high school band, you start summer band like a month before school starts. Like you go for after school practices, and not after school, but like school practices. Like you go to the school, you practice, and you get ready for marching season. So whenever I did that my freshman year, I started making new friends. And I don't know if any of y'all are in band, But there's a lot of things that go on in the band hall that's really weird. A lot of, like you'll go in there and you even think you would see something like that, but you do. And somehow Mr. Moore allows it. I don't know, but there's a lot of amazing people in there that are funny, and they just do things that'll just blow your mind away each day. It's crazy. But high school band started. High school started. I was still in band. I made more friends, and they introduced me to other friends. And I just had this little group or squad, all together, and we just all, made jokes and we laughed, and I became more accepting of myself. I started making jokes with people. Every time someone would drop their phone, I would say, "Hey man, I got 2 fingers and I can hold on to it better than you can. Come on, don't drop the phone." One time my friends dared me to go into Coach Cochran's classroom and do something funny. So I walked in there and I didn't even know him. I just rolled up in there, And he was typing an email and I went in and I was like, "Help, I woke up and my fingers were missing." And I held up my hands and he just stared at me. And I ran out because I didn't know what I just did. But my friends laughed and I laughed whenever I got into the hallway. And a few days later, he came up to me and he was like, "What's your name?" So I told him my name, and he just told me how I made his day. I scared him a little bit, but his day was made, and he laughed. And after that, I just kind of annoyed him every B-day, and now I have him as a teacher, so you can only imagine what that's like. But in high school, I just became more accepting of myself, and I started accepting other people for who they are, because you can't accept others until you accept yourself. So if you couldn't tell, this hand belongs to Maddie Beidel and will someday inspire people. Like, even though everything the doctors told my mom, they told my mom I wouldn't be able to hold a pencil, a Coke bottle, I wouldn't be able to write, I wouldn't be able to walk, I wouldn't be able to do all this stuff. And kids told me at school, "Oh, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. You're not able to do that. How are you going to do that?" I did all those things, I don't know who gave the doctor his license to be a doctor and his degree and all that, but they should probably take it back because he was wrong. I don't know. But I did all those things that people told me I could not do. I draw, I write, I do makeup, I type really fast. I can play Guitar Hero on hard, and I can play it with my feet as well. I could do all these things people told me I couldn't do. And, the people that were mean to me, people just treat each other like objects. I don't think people realize necessarily that other people are people as well. We think of it as we wake up, there's just objects to our life. Like, we don't understand that these people have feelings, we just don't consider that, that's almost everyone, And what my goal is for people to just be accepting of themselves and accepting of others, and, to not treat people like objects, because people are more than objects, they're people, and everyone deserves to be treated like a person. So, I hope my hands and my story has inspired you.